Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. We're here with something different today, guys. This is totally not sports betting related, but I've had a lot of you guys message and ask me because you know that I do some crypto mining. So I wanted to do a little video today, guys, and talk about cryptocurrency and crypto mining. Okay, so I'm not gonna get super specific on crypto mining and exactly what it is, but I'm going to talk a little bit about that, guys. And I'm going to talk about, the mining process, the pros and cons. Should you get into crypto mining? Should you own cryptocurrency? Or what, right? So before I get into it, guys, I just want to talk quickly about, an awesome interview I saw on CNBC. Okay, so if you guys watch CNBC, it's investment network. They talk primarily about, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, futures, options, etc. But they did a little segment on cryptocurrency. As it's starting to become a little bit more mainstream, you start to see it on the financial networks a little more. And, for the longest time, I was kind of bearish on the whole cryptocurrency thing, not really thinking there was ever going to amount to anything. I started to get into it a couple years ago, and I've tried a few different avenues in terms of mining, which I'll talk about in a second. But I watched a guy on TV, and he gave a great kind of talk about cryptocurrency, and it was really, really fascinating the way he kind of approached it. And they asked him the question, do you think cryptocurrency is, going to go to crazy levels? And, what's your opinion of it? So he gave a very kind of negative outlook. He thought that, the cryptocurrency would eventually fail, and that it wouldn't be the next greatest thing, the new store of wealth and place of gold, and et cetera, et cetera. But he goes, full disclaimer though, I do own a fair bit of crypto. And I'm like, this guy just went on a whole long thing about how crypto's not going to make it. But he said, of our time, guys, of this generation, he said that cryptocurrency, although he did not believe in it himself, he said there's enough other smart people out there that did believe in it, that he just felt that this was the one investment in his lifetime that he could not afford not to have. Okay, think about that for a second. You can't afford not to have it. Okay, and what he basically means by that is, although he doesn't really personally think that crypto is going to go another 20 times higher, which it's already done multiple times, but he doesn't believe it's going to go 20 times higher again. But he can't afford to take that chance that it won't. So you know what? We'll use Bitcoin as an example, guys, and I'm going to round up a little bit. Say it's at 60,000. Okay, you do not have to invest $60,000 to buy a full Bitcoin. You don't have to. Okay, you can invest in fractional parts called satoshis. I don't want to overcomplicate things here, guys, but suffice it to say, if you wanted to invest, $100 or $200, you can do that. You don't have to buy a full $60,000 Bitcoin. But the way this guy looked at it, he said, there's people talking about the upside of Bitcoin being $500,000, being $1 million. So what is that guy's upside? The guy's upside is, 8 times, 10 times, 20 times his initial investment of $60,000 or whatever you put in. And his downside was 0. So his downside was times 1. You lose that 60,000. His upside was 20 times. And that's why he said it's an investment to him. He just can't afford not to be in. So guys, I'm not here giving financial advice on Bitcoin. I am not a professional Bitcoin trader. I do it as a hobby, guys. I don't really trade Bitcoin. I accumulate it. How do I accumulate it? I accumulate it by mining it, okay? So I'm going to explain to you guys a little bit about, mining and crypto mining and really, really basic. The most basic thing, guys, what it is more or less, you're offering computing power, guys, and I'm dumbing this down big time. So if you're interested, there's a lot of great YouTube videos you can watch about exactly what crypto mining is, guys. But more or less, you're solving advanced mathematical equations, guys, and you're completing blocks in a blockchain. And for doing so, guys, you get an award. You get a reward, okay? And that reward, guys, is a little tiny piece of whatever it is you're mining, okay? Now, the most popular thing, that people know of is Bitcoin. The most popular thing to mine right now is the second biggest crypto in the world, which is Ethereum. And that is predominantly what I mine. So I have 3 different, what we call mining rigs, and I'm going to show you them. I'm going to show you 2 of them in a second. One of them's out in my garage because I live in Canada. It's a little bit cooler, and heat is an issue when it comes to crypto mining. But I'm going to show you a couple of my rigs here, guys, and kind of just explain to you a little bit about them. Now, first off, there's 2 different types of crypto mining, okay? You guys might have seen some on TV, these big, massive factories with these big, super loud computers, guys. And those are called ASICs, okay? It stands for Application Specific Integrated Circuit, I believe. Yes, that's correct. Application Specific Integrated Circuit is an ASIC computer, guys. And basically, that is designed to do one thing and one thing only, which is mine cryptocurrency, okay? So the pros to that is they're super powerful computers, guys, that can generate a significant amount of income. The problem with them is as you continue to mine cryptocurrency, the algorithm becomes more difficult, okay? So it becomes more difficult and you mine less. The problem with an ASIC is an ASIC will only ever do that one task. So you could have a piece of machine in your ASIC that might cost $7,000 or $8,000 that'll eventually be no more than a paperweight. Okay, so that is a problem where you're creating a cash flow for yourself with this cryptocurrency, but your underlying asset is depreciating. Okay, I had 3 ASIC miners. I got rid of them. Fortunately, I got rid of them at the right time because the profitability on them absolutely plummeted. This was back in, I think, late 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. Now, the second type of mining, which is the mining I do, guys, is graphic card or GPU mining, okay? This one I much prefer because with graphics card, guys, they have many uses, okay? They have uses in gaming and just, computers for, design. Most of the graphics cards I use, guys, are used they're gaming graphic cards, okay? They're powerful GPU or graphic cards that use for gamers. So when my time of mining cryptocurrency is done or I don't want to mine anymore, they have value still, okay? They pay for themselves in X period of time. That's called your ROI period, basically to break even, okay? You'll hear someone in crypto say, that has a 200-day ROI. Basically, that just means that it's going to take 200 days approximately to pay itself off. Then anything after that is pure profit, okay? Now, above and beyond that, guys, there's profit because these cards still maintain value. You can still sell them afterwards. Craigslist, Kijiji, eBay, and there's a lot of buyers. As a matter of fact, there's such a craze going on right now that there's a worldwide shortage of these. And some of these cards that I bought for, $600 or $700 are now selling for $1,800 for the card. So, I'm not looking to sell them because, again, it's something I do for fun. I enjoy doing it. But I could turn around and, sell each one of ththese cards and make a significant profit, plus all the Bitcoin, and in my case, Ethereum that I mine. So I'm going to show you I'll show you what a rig looks like, guys. I'll show you a quick setup here. We're going for a walk. All right, actually not much of a walk. Okay, so this, guys, if you can see that, this is one of the rigs, okay? So these are graphic cards, guys. In this specific one, I have RTX 3060 Ti's. I have 2 of those, which are down at the end. And then I have 4 3070 RTX 3070s, guys. So these are like, they're not the absolute top end ones you can get, but they're pretty close, okay? The only 2 that are higher are the 3080 and 3090. But price-wise, guys, these are probably the most efficient and the most popular. I have it set up. I don't know if you can see that. This is actually running off a couple different server power supplies. So running off a few server power supplies. It's not incredibly common. As you'll see here, guys, this one that runs a little bit of a different setup here. So this one, guys, believe it or not, I harvested the case that I had for this one to do a new build that I'm working on right now. But I did want to see because, as rinky-dink as this is basically held on here with zip ties. The funny thing is, though, putting them horizontally like this, I've managed to get like much better like heat distribution, like get the heat away from it, because that is a big part of crypto mining. And I find it's actually it's a better option to hang them like this, even though it's a little bit like, you know, rinky dink. I have this one just running off a single 1600G platinum power supply, so that might mean something to some of you guys, and you know, to others not so much. So this particular rig here, guys, this is 100. These are all RTX 3070s. Okay, so very good, very solid, very stable producing cards. So those are the two rigs. I have another rig out in my garage, and with that one, I'm running 6 RX 5700 XTs. Again, might mean some of you guys, might not. And then on the rig that I kind of dismantled and rebuilt, that one, I am building another one. Again, it's going to be a kind of a Frankenstein as well, where it's going to have some 3060 Ti's and 3070s. Okay, so now let's discuss some pros and cons. You guys want to get into crypto mining? Let's talk quickly about pros and cons, okay? So the pros are, guys, look, it's fun. Okay, first off, it is fun. It's fun. So to give you an idea, guys, this rig here, that one here, that generates on average about, well, I'd say about $45 a day, give or take, $45 to $50 USD a day, which is a lot of Canadian dollars. The second one I showed you guys, it's closer to 50 every day. I mean, it fluctuates, it goes up, goes down. The one I have in my garage, about $45. But give or take, guys, I'm right around $150 US dollars every single day. And I have another rig coming, which will get me right around that $200 a day mark. Now, again, you know, that can fluctuate. That is based on today's prices. If the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum goes in half, then I'll be making half of that, right? Out of that, you have to factor in, you know, the electricity cost. My electricity costs, they're not significant on these. They're not like running the ASICs that are really power hungry and super, super loud. Okay, I'll talk about that quickly in a second. But, you know, I recommend, you know, venturing into it. You do have to have some technical know-how, or at least know someone that knows how to like build a rig. You can watch YouTube videos, you can learn, but you know, it's labor intensive up front to try and figure it all out. Now, when it comes to mining, guys, okay, so pros and cons. Pros, it's fun. Second, it's passive income, right? These cards, you know, they're paid for. They still have value. I can turn around and sell them to, you know, right now I could sell them to a miner down the road. I can probably sell them to a gamer when they're no longer profitable for mining, or, you know, less profitable for mining. And it's earning cash flow every single day. Like, basically, I do very little. They run, I check on them, I make sure they're stable. You know, every 4 or 5 hours, I have an app on my phone. I just look at the app and say, okay, it's doing what it's doing. And when I have my next one up, it's going to make me $200 every single day, right? So the other downside, guys, is, you know, over time, it becomes more difficult to mine crypto, okay? It becomes harder. So the profitability can absolutely fall. There has been times where mining cryptocurrency has not been profitable based on either difficulty, the price of crypto, or both, okay? You guys have seen maybe in the past, cryptocurrency goes these massive spikes up, like we're kind of seeing right now, and then normally followed by a massive fall back down, right? So for me, guys, I like the mining aspect of it. You know, I think some people would say, okay, forget, you know, investing in all this hardware, just buy the underlying crypto. And that's fine. That might be the route that people want to go. If that was a route I was going to go, I'd probably wait, to be honest, just given like where crypto is right now. I know some people think like in this leg up, it's going to go to 150 or 200. I don't know. I really don't know about that. Like I said, guys, it's not financial advice. This is just giving my 2 cents on crypto and mining. But I enjoy the mining aspect of it, and you know, I'll continue to do that. I'm working on my 4th rig, but let's talk about a couple more cons, okay? First off, guys, if you are looking at the ASIC mining, and I don't have an ASIC here anymore because I sold them, but they're like, you know, they're bigger. They're super loud. They're super loud, guys. If you live in like a small house or a condo or something like that, I don't think you could do it. Like, you wouldn't be able to sleep with that, being on the same floor as you. Like, I'm fortunate that, I have a bit of space, and I have, in the basement where it is nice and cool, because the other thing is heat. So you got two things you got to deal with, guys. You have to deal with the noise, which on the ASICs is a lot, and the heat is crazy. It gives off a ton of heat, which in the winter, nice. It can warm your house if you live in a cold area. Canada happens to be cold in the winter. But removing that heat from the room is what helps keep the cards and the ASICs stable. So you do have to try to get the heat away, guys, and that is, that can be one of the toughest things. Okay, so heat, guys, the noise with the ASICs, the heat with just about anything, guys, it is fairly warm. Like, it's fairly warm down here, but in the winter, it's nice that, the heat rises. It helps warm the house. But in those summer months, or if you live in a warm climate, guys, you have to devise a way that you can get the heat out. A lot of people, like, kind of rookie mistake actually in crypto mining, people like, they want to blow air onto it. They want to try and cool the actual devices. Not really what you want to do. Like, you don't want to blow air onto the machines. You want to get the air away from it. You want to get that hot air that just kind of like, stagnant in the room. You want to get it away, guys. So, I have a box fan that I occasionally use. Like in the summer months, I'll use it. Again, very loud. It's an industrial box fan, right? So, I mean, if you're living in a small house or something like that, you're gonna have a lot of difficulty with the noise. Again, if you have like a garage or something that you have windows and you can vent, that's away from the house, even better. Like, that's a perfect environment for it. Okay, so again, guys, like so I mentioned I mine Ethereum. I convert about half of it to Bitcoin. So, my mix is about 50-50. Okay, I have half Bitcoin, half Ethereum. I think certain things are better about Bitcoin, certain things are better about Ethereum. And then there's all kinds of these other like altcoins and like different things like that, guys, that maybe we'll get into on another day. But, it doesn't hurt to have like, 5 or 10% in there, guys. Look, for me, I have no interest in selling the crypto, guys. I'm just going to let it sit there. Okay, I'm going to continue to mine it, guys. And worst case scenario, when everything's said and done, I'm going to have a couple of like junky graphic cards that, I can sell off and make a little bit of my money back if cryptocurrency goes to nothing. But on the plus side, guys, crypto could go absolutely, parabolic, straight up over the next, 10 or 15 years, guys. There's a lot of crazy number projections for cryptocurrency, and like by 2030, by 2035. The nice thing about Bitcoin is there's a finite amount produced. There's only a certain amount that will ever be produced. So if you believe that Bitcoin will be around in 20, 30 years from now, doesn't hurt to get involved a little bit. Again, guys, I don't know which way it's headed. Okay, I really don't, but I like that analogy the guy used from CNBC, where he's talking about your downside is basically whatever amount you want to put in there, whatever one Bitcoin you want to pay for. If you want to buy a $60,000 Bitcoin, or you want to just buy $1,000 worth or $100 worth, whatever. Your downside is what you put in, but the upside, guys, could be absolutely astronomical. And that's why I do it. And you know what? I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun with it. I think that if I had just bought the underlying crypto, I don't know, I probably wouldn't enjoy it. I think I like this aspect of it. I like the technical stuff. I've learned so much about computers and and how to build this stuff and right way and wrong way. And in the beginning, it's like, I don't know, I had no idea, but I continue to learn. I'm still in the grand scheme of things. Like, there's some people who are brilliant. I'd say, like, information wise, like, I'm like a 3 out of 10 in the crypto world. But everybody starts out at like a -1, because when you get into it, guys, it's like, oh my God, like when you think you know something, then it's like you find out it's like, there's 1,000 other things to learn. But the cool thing is about crypto, guys, is that, you might think, I missed the boat, okay? I should have bought crypto at $100, or I should have bought Bitcoin at $100. Now it's at $60,000. But if you invest or you get into crypto today, you're still going to be in like the top 1 or 2% of crypto holders in the world. Even if you buy like, $100 worth, just buying any amount of cryptocurrency, guys, immediately puts you in that top percentage of people in the world? Because most people don't own crypto, okay? It's becoming much more mainstream, guys. But still, a lot of people still dismiss it. A lot of people say, oh, you know, whatever. But this little bull run that we've had here, I shouldn't say a little bull run, it's been a big bull run. This bull run we've had has definitely created a lot more interest in cryptocurrency, guys. And we're seeing more and more people get into it. And the more people that get into something, the more it legitimizes something, okay? Now, I'm gonna finish on this note, guys. Look, a lot of people call it cryptocurrency, okay? And they expect it to be like the future of currency. I don't know about that, guys, but look, I think it is a good store of wealth, okay? It'll act in place of what gold used to be, just in more of a technological way. And I think because of that, guys, and because more and more people are adopting it, it creates the legitimacy that this needs to have to be a long-term sustainable investment. At the end of the day, guys, what gives the American dollar its value? What gives the American dollar its value is the fact that people believe that it has value, okay? If I take an American dollar and I go to Mexico, it's not their currency, but they'll take it because they know it has value, okay? When people believe something has value, then it does, okay? You could basically take a sheet of paper, okay? What is a sheet of paper worth to somebody? Just a blank sheet of paper. It's not worth much, right? I don't know, someone give me a penny for it? Maybe. But if somebody believed that, you know, that sheet of paper was worth 5 cents, and then 1,000 other people believed it's worth 5 cents, and then 1 million people believe it's worth 5 cents, well, guess what it's worth now? It's worth 5 cents. It's the same piece of paper, you know, probably worth 1 cent. But now it has legitimacy because people are willing to pay X amount for it, okay? It's like looking at all kinds of different, like, interesting investments, guys, like paintings, different expensive wines, etc., etc. So I'll leave it at that for today, guys. You know, I'll try to answer some questions if you haven't. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video or something down the road when I get my new rig up and running. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on crypto. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. So thank you guys very much. Yeah, I guess as always, have a very lucky day, right? I don't know any other sign-offs. All right, guys, we'll see you later.